What's up, people? Thanks for joining us again for another episode of Oxygen Not Included. So, left off on the last episode, speculating about a mess hall, refrigerator, also talking about doing some other things. This area is outlined to be built. This is being outlined to be dug. Let's check priorities. So 6 is here. This is a 5. It's minimal. Since they're here, I might pop that up to an 8 just to get it done real fast. It'll, let's see if we can't get that. All 8s. That'll get done ASAP. So that'll be all done in. What I want to look at today is we're doing research already. So we're almost done with the gas piping. I wanted that for the gas permeable tile. And what that is, it's going to allow the floor or wall, depending on what we build with it, it's going to block the flow of liquid, but it won't obstruct the flow of gas. And since we talked about how hydrogen rises, carbon dioxide sinks, oxygen's in the middle of the two, at the moment, if we looked at the way our structure is set, and you look at the, the overlay, we have oxygen. We have some oxygen. So we're making oxygen here, we're making oxygen up here as well. This oxygen down here, if it's going to go up here at all, it has to go up this open spot. Because it can't travel through this, it can't travel through the tile, it can only travel up through this one spot here. However, if we were to put some of the gas permeable tiles in place along here, or maybe in here, or stagger them, that gas is going to be able to flow wherever those tiles are, almost as if it was open space like this as well. So it doesn't restrict the flow of the gases. Same thing would be true with carbon dioxide. So if we were to put gas permeable tiles here, the carbon dioxide would have to come down this ladder in order to sink below the oxygen. However, if we were to put it like this, they would sink through the tile, go down to the next level without having to travel down this way. So we could put a couple here, put a couple here, allow carbon dioxide to sink, and again here and here, here and here. And I'm thinking we're going to start making a chamber down in this area or such for carbon dioxide to build up down here. That way, as it sinks, it builds in this area here as opposed to being trapped, and our oxygen can go up and flow and take a spot. So I don't see any hydrogen builds up yet. I just see carbon dioxide and oxygen. You can even see, by the way, the oxygen, this whole area up here was this lower concentration of oxygen. Okay, being that we have an oxygen generator up here and here, oxygen is slowly, you see how this is starting to become highly sufficiently concentrated. You know, this is high concentrated, sufficient, lighter blue. Eventually this will turn into this color here because this guy's here, and because oxygen is going straight up. In order for this to start looking like that, we're going to have to put some tiles here in order to help some of this oxygen that's in these areas here flow up and mix and make it to where it's a higher concentration than what it is. So we have helium up here, I believe. If we start having helium build up, we'll start building up above and opening an area for helium to rise to. At the moment, we don't have any helium. This is vacuum, actually. Yeah, I'm sorry, hydrogen. I said helium. Helium rises too, but if we have any hydrogen build up, it's unbreathable, so our guys can't be in it. And helium is breathable, so that doesn't make any sense for me mixing the two up. But hydrogen, not breathable, again rises. We'll have to build something up here in this chamber. We already have a pocket here, so if we were to build straight up and open this up, make a chamber for just hydrogen, we already have a little pocket of it. Seems like the best place. I don't know what chlorine's for. I still don't know what chlorine's for in this game. It was in the earlier part of the early access, or alpha actually, and there was no use for it that I was aware of, and I still don't know if there's a use for it. So it's unbreathable. I think it would be toxic for our little duplicates, but yet find it all the time in the playthroughs. And it's not like it's way out here where it's in a harder area, you know, something that we haven't explored. It's pretty close to the base, you know, where we start off at. You know, this right here we have plans for. This right here we have plans for. This, I have no idea what we're going to do with it. I know it makes bleached stone. You know, we'll have to farm some of this bleached stone for some of the tools that we're going to, or machines that we're going to use in the future. But don't know what we can use chlorine for at this time. Looking down here, polluted oxygen, polluted water. There's a research path we're going to get into. Click on it. By going here, we're going to go into plumbing next. Once we have this done, we could go and start doing some of these areas here. At the moment, heat's not an issue, so this particular tab is newer because it has more things to mitigate heat, I guess. Mitigate heat and body temperatures. So you see this one right here, liquid tepidizer marginally warms large bodies of liquid. That wasn't before. This is part of the new update. Thermal switch automatically switching power grids on and off based on ambient heat. Again, that's something new. Hydro fan dissipates a small amount of heat. That, I believe, was currently in there before. Textile factory. This is new. Tailor enhanced clothing items for duplicates. I mean, we definitely want to do that, but it's not a necessity right now. Thermoregulator. It cools the gas pipe through it, but outputs heat in its immediate vicinity. Again, something new that's been added in with this last update, but not priority right now. Heat's not an issue. What will be an issue is oxygen. So the algae, these guys here, algae deoxidizers, they work well, but they burn through algae like crazy. And we don't want to burn up all of our algae already because we have some more algae here, but as you start to get to other areas, we have some here, but it's not like it's all over the place. A little bit here, some slime, some algae here, some slime. There's something to convert slime into algae. We'll talk about that later. But start getting into slime, clay. So algae is not like it's an abundant resource. We actually have a lot considered to some playthroughs. It might be a little more forgiving at the beginning because usually you burn through algae real fast and then you're kind of screwed when it comes to producing oxygen. What we want to do though is get into being able to make oxygen another way as a backup. And to do that is this guy over here, and that's called an electrolyzer. And what it does, it takes oxygen, it produces oxygen by using water. So you pump water into it and it produces oxygen out of it. It burns with water. Water is a precious commodity, but these are pretty efficient. This here is actually nice too. I've used one of those before. It basically just takes the carbon dioxide out of the air. So you get carbon dioxide, it takes it out there and makes oxygen. So it turns it into oxygen. So it recycles the air and makes it breathable. But we have to start with liquid piping in order to get over here. One of the reasons why when we get with liquid piping is not only do you need the piping of the liquid pipe for the electrolyzer, but you also have this guy right here. It's called a water purifier. So you use sand to purify polluted water. So all of this polluted water, which is useless at the moment, can be put into that purifier and converted into regular water, which can then be put into the electrolyzer to produce oxygen. And we also need to start getting some sanitation up for our duplicates. So that's the big stepping stone today, is getting this learned. Probably going to learn this first because shower, hand sanitizer, those are, you know, really nice to have as far as keeping your duplicates stress-free and hygiene-wise. Because if you look at some of your duplicates, she has Banal here, grimy and dirty hands. If she had a shower and a sanitized station, that would both be it wouldn't be ready anymore. It'd be exclamation pointed or whatever you want. There would be no reason. She got interrupted sleep because we have a loud snore. But again, dirty hands, grimy. Dirty hands, grimy. Oh, he has light wounds. We need to heal that. Dirty hands, grimy. So that's priority number 1. So once we learn this, going straight to this here, and then to sanitation sciences, because we need to get that done. Do we have some type of medical cot? I believe we do. If we have a medical cot, we can get him healed back up. He has some light wounds, so that might be numero uno, medical cot. All right, so we could do this as a de-stressing / medical room, like that. So let's go ahead and make that priority 8. Get that done ASAP. Actually, you know, let's do 9. I want that done first. That way we can get that guy healed. Let's get some stuff going. Go ahead and play. Alright. These guys are actually going to be harvesting soon. 53%, 53%, 56%, 52, 54. And that'll bring up our food higher. I haven't run across anything that needs to be refrigerated again as far as food goes. Oh, who is our guy? Moving around so fast now. Who is our guy that needs light wounds? Oh, that's him. So Hassan. Everybody else healthy? Everybody else is healthy. How did you get light wounds, dude? I don't know. Oh, we need to relocate this cot too. All right, so let's go ahead and assign him right there. Priority 7. Will it do priority 7? It may not. Alright. I guess it won't do priority like the table there. I guess he'll just go because he see? That's just a build though. Oh well. Alright, so that's done. Probably need to look at decor. First, let's unassign this guy. Assignment. Actually, we probably need to build one, and then we can unassign. So let's build another one. I'm sure we're using our sandstone because it wants to use other things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he was snoring and his bubble was coming out. Basically, I want to say 2 beyond. So if we want 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it would be 5. Let's put him here. His bubble come out to here, and if we have a cot over here, it won't be interrupted. So let's do that. All right, and then once that's built, we can assign. I guess it's Ruby. Ruby. Yeah, Ruby's our loud guy. We can assign him to that, and that'll unassign that one, and we'll be good to go. Nobody will be interrupted again. So let's go ahead and go again. Light speed. How are we doing on? Ah, we need to get that built too. They're doing all of that. They're doing all of that. Good. We need to get that other storage done. And we need to put contaminated dirt in that. And maybe fertilizer in another one. So let's do storage. There it is. Put that as a 7. This guy. Oh, research complete. So we need to get that done. Right there. And we'll leave some room for other things to be built. Open research. On it. Let's go. Get your smart self back on there. She's not the smart one. Did she go up any? I wonder if she went up any in her skill. Research. Yep, she's up to 2. So she went from 1, she's up to 2 now. So she's learning, which is good. Ooh, let's see who else is doing research. I want to make sure we don't have any dummies on there. Let's take Ruby off. Alright, we're good. Anybody with negative attributes that we need to make sure we uncheck? Athletics. Let's see, 1. I would almost rather do that. Good. What is that? Sweep? Yeah, I mean sweeping is big. No big deal. That'll get positive. Alright, digging. Alright, that's good. That's good. Oh, art's a good one. Create a 0, 0. We got 2 5s. We have any other? Nope. So we got 2 people with 5. So we're gonna make some things for the core here in a bit. Cooking. Alright, that works. Alright, so what we got going on? Alright, good, he's in there. Should be getting himself healed up. Let's go ahead and build this thing here. Because we want to get... Let's look at our overlay. So we got some carbon dioxide there. We'll put it there. We'll do like that. And let's do this for now. And that'll hopefully have that carbon dioxide sink. So let's do that. So we're starting to get some stuff in the refrigerator now. Everything's transferred in. I don't know if I like the fact that it's putting all the food in there. It is what it is. Okay. How we're doing on food? 3, 65%, 70%. Still doing okay. I know we got that done. Let's see. It's still saying we're not producing enough oxygen. We'll figure that out. Alright. Using a toilet. Oh, I gotta sign this stuff here. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. We're gonna go ahead and go with organic, and we're gonna make this fertilizer only. And this guy, organic and polluted dirt. So now this stuff here we put up in this area. And that way we don't have to worry about pollution in these storage boxes down here. So we could do we need fertilizer or anything? I don't think we do at the moment. Because we could do a composter and start making some fertilizer. The composter puts off polluted oxygen. So then you have to do something to take care of the polluted oxygen. See, all that carbon dioxide sunk down. So now it's down here, which is good. We could start building that chamber. What is everybody working on? Don't have any idle guys? Oh, they're sweeping right now. They need to do some sweeping, so I'm fine with that. What about this? So that's done, that's done, that's done. Let's go ahead and make this priority. Let's get this built. Alright, and let's go ahead and assign Ruby to that cot. That's done. Yep, see, now it's unassigned. So that works. No power. Start making some power. Come on, guys. There we go. So this one, how much more we have on research? Oh, she's burning right through it. And then we'll go into here and start getting some sanitization and things going. So we want to make a shower also. Now the shower uses water, but okay, how to explain this? It uses water, and then when they take a shower, it makes contaminated water. So it makes like a vicious cycle, so to speak. So it'll put contaminated water or polluted water as a discharge while it intakes regular water, and it's at the same ratio. So you don't lose water by having a shower. It takes in, I don't know exactly what the thing is. So, but if it took in 1 milliliter of regular water, it's going to export 1 milliliter of contaminated water. So it's a 1-to-1. You just have to get something to convert contaminated back into regular water, which is what we're trying to do by going that route. So now we can actually do that, queue that up, and it should queue it up for both. Yep, it's queued up for both now. So we'll be using both stations. Once we get somebody smart enough to do that. See, fertilizer's in here now. Should be putting polluted dirt in there. Alright, what are we working on? Ah, it cannot do any of this because this isn't dug out yet. So it can't do any of this stuff here. Let's get that done. See, there it goes. It's starting to put off some pollution, which I'm fine with. We may want a building an airlock. It creates an airtight seal, nothing can get in or out. So put an airlock here and wall this up, and all this polluted stuff will not contaminate anything else. So let's do that. Put an airlock there. Tile. Do a tile first. Make sure we're using sandstone. Like that. And boom. Alright, and then actually let's do it like that. And we can X-nay this guy. Go back to tile 8. Connect it. Alright. I was worried about removing that and that chlorine coming down because I don't know what it's gonna do. So I don't want to contaminate my area. So once we get this one built, we'll worry about fixing that one. Should be able to do it. We may have to build the ladder a hair higher. Like that, in order to do these right there. So everybody's learning. Let's get a recap of where we're at, because this game can get away from you if you're not paying attention. So we have all that being built. We've got research being done. Okay, these aren't harvestable yet. We need to get that carbon dioxide chamber built. We can research, we can harvest that there and get some more food. So this is being done, and then we'll put a 7 on getting this built. I'll put a 6. Let's put a 6 on it. I don't want it to take priority over research. I do want this to get done first, so that takes priority over that. So we'll put a 6 on this, getting done, and build a chamber for carbon dioxide. So let's see. Let's do. See, we have more stuff. That's what these little icons mean. So here's all of our liquid pump, liquid vent. You use a pump to pump liquid out into a pipe, and then a pipe funnels into a liquid vent and it drips down. So that's what those functions are. What other options do we have? Okay, that's the gas. Same thing with the gas pump. You use the gas pump to pump whatever type of gas it's in, like hydrogen, for instance. We're getting more water? What's going on with that? What do we have here? Compost, fertilizer maker. Nope, nope, nope. Don't want to do that. That's a space heater. I'm waiting for sanitation station, hand sanitizer. That's what I'm waiting for. And then everybody can start cleaning their hands. So he needs to make power, so these guys get some more power going. There we go. Do we have batteries yet? Bigger batteries. That's a tiny battery. Nope. So we need to do the research on that. Let's look at it. So for bigger batteries, we need this guy. We may hop and do that real quick after doing this. I know I wanted to get this up and running, but we really can't utilize this function here until we get our little system set up to do this, water purified and all that. And at the moment, we're not ready for that. So we might just hop down in order to get bigger batteries in order to get better power delivery. That might be a thing. See, he's making power. Why? I guess I'm just using so much of it with the research. Because we are doing two things at once. So you gotta click on the right thing in order to select your research. What are we at? So 16 of 20, 5 of 10. So we're halfway on one, a little over halfway on the other. Alright, so what's up with this? Why is that not being done? Is it too high? Might be too high for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shouldn't be a problem, but it's not a huge thing. This is all blocked in at least, so it's not a huge thing. Let's get this built down here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some ladders. We said we're gonna do 6. Is that sand? I bet that's sand. Yeah, that's sand. I don't want that water to be disturbed, so we're gonna go right here with the ladder in order to prevent disturbing that water source. So 1, 2, and just like so. Down to, I'm almost willing to go down here. Alright, and then let us dig out. Let's dig out this first, because they have a limited range on what they can do. That should be good. Let's check out who we have for a duplicate. So I have a bed ready to go. Let's see. Yokel. Can't do research, not a big deal. Destructive when stressed though. Okay, so digging, tinkering, learning. How are you gonna have +3 learning and yet can't do research? Because I mean, learning is an attribute that determines the duplicate skill, training, and research effectiveness. I mean, I guess they'll learn other skills, but just can't do research. Anyway, I don't understand that. Construction, athletics, digging, farts, twinkle toes. Let's see, ladder of feet. Good way, tinkering. Okay. Quick learner. Okay, small ladder. Pees a lot. Strength. That's medicine though. So, this might be the one to go with. Oh no. Construction. Tinkering. Yeah, we may go with Harold. Just because... Let's go with Harold. Alright, Harold. Get to work. I could have went with the other one, but I don't know. The other one, the only thing that would have set it aside from the other one, made it a little more, I guess, promising than the others, was the athletics kind of aspect of it. But okay, let's see what we got. New stuff. Air deodorizer. That removes disease, filtering polluted oxygen out of the air. Which we can wind up putting one of those in this area if this starts to get too polluted. So we got a little bit. No, we're okay. We're fine right now. If it starts getting too overly polluted, we'll put one of these in there and that'll take care of that. What do we have here? New stuff. Ah, here we go. So lavatory requires water, I believe. It does require water, and it also sets out polluted water, so we're not quite ready for that. But we can do sanitation station. What are we missing? Raw metal and bleach stone. I knew we needed bleach stone for something, so we're going to need bleach stone in order to do that. And bleach stone is down here. Do we have any up here by this pocket? No. We have some over here in this area. We could make an airlock and just do that. That would probably be the most efficient way to get to it, because this is still a good bit down here. That would take some work to get to. Let's do that. Let's slow it down a little bit, just so it doesn't get away from me. And let's do an airlock. I have to deconstruct this. Deconstruct. ASAP. Go. Do it now. Alright, let's do it. There we go. And then we'll put this guy. Come on. Deconstruct the next one. You can do it. There we go. Bam. Right there. And then we'll dig the high priority all the way. I don't know how much I'm going to need as far as bleach stone goes. So we'll dig all that. And then we'll dig all that. And hopefully that'll be enough. Just so we can make the hand sanitizer. Let's grab that too while we're in there. Screw it. Because he should be able to reach that. Research complete ×2. Alright, we gotta get some more research up and going. Yep, we said we wanted to do the bigger batteries, so let's get that going. Close that. Yeah, I know. Still says I'm not producing enough oxygen. I'm barely not producing enough oxygen, but I'm not producing enough oxygen. While they have water on the ground. Oh, we're getting full on storage. What is that? Raw materials and raw minerals. That's soil. So I'm going to have to put some dirt somewhere. Dirt and clay. Oh, filtration medium is filling out. Alright, let's get some more of those guys, because we can't do any more sweeping if we don't have places to put. We just build them all as we need it. Yeah, I want you to get out of there soon, because you're going to get sick probably. If yeah, get out of there quickly. There we go. Can we build our hand sanitation? Yes, we can. Alright. So let's go ahead and put that. Can we put it here? This is kind of the medical spot. I'd rather put it here. Let's do that, just because. Let's put an 8 on it. Get that done ASAP, because that'll help with the hand issue. Alright, we need to assign this to. Let's just go like that. And then we need one just for dirt. Can we get it? Oh, it's not being built yet, that's why. Oops. Alright. Copper ore. Alright, so you see this blocks out that chlorine, so it's right here, but can't get through this manual airlock, which is awesome. How are we doing on polluted oxygen? We're doing alright. Oh man. We're coming up to 30 minutes in this episode. And I don't have nearly as much done as I want to do, guys, on camera. We may have to do some stuff off cam to do some catching up. Like all this here now needs to be harvested, which you see it's all full grown, ready to go. So let's see, harvest. Again, do all 8s. That's gonna be our food sitch. Fix that. We're at 17,000. I know research is idle. I have them doing other things. So what this is each one of these has a certain amount of things, a certain amount of times they can grow and be harvested before they have to be replaced. Like this is 3. This one should be down to 2 now. Yeah, it's down to 2. But we need to do something with food. Instead of making this a mess hall, we might make this the food spot. Like food machinery. As in this guy here. A micro musher. Because you can actually take the mealwood and put it through the micro musher and get a better return on your food. It like triples it, basically, I believe. That's what it does. I think it triples it. And get more food resources that way. Because right now, I want to say, if we were to look at the edible aspects of it, meal ice, let's see. Just meal ice, let's look at this one here. There we go. It's 1,500 calories per. And I want to say when you put it in here, you get, I want to say it triples it. I want to say, I'll have to show you that on camera, but I want to say it triples your output. So it makes it to where it refines it, but it makes it more calorie wise, so you get more calories out of it, if that makes sense. That's what I mean by tripling it. You get more for your food, more for your buck. Let's see what else we got going on. So they're building us. Do we have carbon dioxide traveling down? Yeah, see, here we go. Carbon dioxide is traveling down. So as you can see, it's going to sink into this chamber that we've built here, which is amazing. So we have some natural mealwood here. I have to get that harvested. So that helps. All this is now good oxygen. See, this here is blocked off. It's still got oxygen in there, but we're not worried about making that concentrated oxygen, because as long as it's breathable, this stuff's going to start putting out polluted oxygen because of the fact that it's contaminated dirt and fertilizer. So we'll keep that like that there. But this setup right now, we're good to go. If we start getting to hydrogen, we'll build up here. But right now, we're in a good spot, guys. Once this gets going, I'll show you the triple aspects of the mill ice and show you what I mean by that. So let's, come on, can you build it? Can we get this done? Why aren't you higher priority? Go, do it now. Don't miss a bathroom. You build the micro musher. Come on. Come on. I'm going to have to change priority on that, because once I assign somebody to cook, they're going to be cooking forever. Okay, no, I did it alright. Kept it at 5. So here we go. So let's pause. So let me get this right. Okay, I'm wrong. So 15 meal ice gives you 1,500 calories, which is 100 per unit. Okay. 1 meal ice is 1 kilogram. If I get this right, 1 kilogram. So 1 equals 100 kilograms per unit. Okay, 1 to 1. 1 equals 100. Remember that. If you go here, it takes 5 of these, and which would be 500 kilogram caloric kCal. So kilocalories, however you want to pronounce, however you want to put it. 5 of these meal ice would equal 500 kCal units in order to make 1 rice loaf. But that rice loaf is worth 1,000 kCal. So it's not triple, it's double. So you're putting in 500 kCal units worth of meal ice to get a rice loaf, which yields 1,000 kCal units. So double the output. It makes it more efficient. You do use a little bit of water, but as far as calorie wise, you burn through less food because you're doubling your intake. So that's what we want to fabricate. Actually, let's do that. Don't X-nay that. There we go. We're going to fabricate some rice loaf to double what we have as far as our harvest was. So like right now he has 25, I want to say. Yeah, 25 mil ice. So that's gonna, which would equal 2,500 kCal units. Being that it's going to double that, we're going to get 5,000 out of that instead of the 2,500. And I want to say these guys here consume, on average, I forgot how much they consume on average, but they eat throughout the day, and they eat a couple thousand kilocalories a day. Let's see, where's your food at? Food. Nothing. Okay, there he is. He's burning, this particular duplicate's burning, can burn up to that much kilocalories before starving. So, per cycle, it goes through 1,000 kilocalories per cycle. So, it would go through 1. So, in the grand scheme of things, when you start getting tons of duplicates, maximizing your food output becomes important because they start burning through calories really fast. Each one of them burning through 1,000 calories per cycle. You start getting 10 and 12 duplicates, you're burning through 10 to 12,000 kilocalories per cycle, and that would only last us like 2 or 3 days with our current food output, roughly. 3 days of it, 12,000 piece, that'd be 36,000. 3 days. But by doubling our food through this process, we extend that even further. Because right now we have 220 millis. So we're basically going to double what that equivalent of that particular food is. So that's 220 times 100. Oh, rough math. 22,000? Is that correct? 0, 0, 0, 22. Yeah, 22,000 kilocalories in millis. So we're basically going to double that. We get like 40-something thousand out of that number, which will bump that up even more. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we have basically 22,000 kilocalories worth of millis in its current state. If we process it, that'll turn it into 44,000. We still have the 16 field rations, which is 1,000 a piece, so that's 16,000. We would take our current food that we have now, which equates to 38,000 kilocalories, and we would essentially turn it into 60,000 kilocalories, because it would be 44,000 for the meal ice plus another 16,000. We'd have 60,000. So we'd almost double what we have currently in reserves, and that would last us a longer period of time. That's one of the reasons why I want to get this up and going, and that's one of the reasons why I want to get this going. So this episode is really long. I'm not going to edit it. This is actually going to be a true 45-minute episode, but we'll end it there. I may do some stuff off camera just because we're not getting a ton of production done. This game, it's a lot of micromanagement, and sometimes you don't get as much done as you would want to get done in a shorter period of time. But we are getting there. So we got some things happening. We're building a chamber for carbon dioxide. We're getting research going. We've got this up and going. We're trying to get our people healthy, and we're trying to maximize our food production at the moment. So we still have to worry about some other things coming up soon. We need to explore this area here. Hopefully find some more contaminated water. Build some more rooms, define some spaces, get all this stuff swapped. A lot of things going on. And we're on cycle 13, so by cycle 25, 26, 27, it may start getting crazy, but if we can get ahead of it, it may not be so bad. So let's end the episode there. If you enjoyed it, smash that thumbs up button, share the video as you see fit, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.